first test, charging with my chariots against spears. First one is charging the spear, the second one is having the spear wall formation, and third one is just standing without any stance. So if we play this, let's see the damage. And then I pull with chariots back. Each of them got almost demolished. The only difference is the damage dealt to this last chariot. This one took more damage because these peasants were charging and having 28 charge bonus. So that made a difference. Most likely in battles it will mean that players will charge these chariots instead of bracing them. Second test, chariots are going to charge the spear wall formation. This one is having the charge reflect. I have two Luvian spearmen, and on this side I have the spear wall formation with expert charge defense, Canonite shield bearers. To compare them, these have 26 attack and 32 defense, while the Luvian is having less attack and more defense. So let's watch the charge.
They want to trample us!
In this scenario, the charge reflect was doing slightly better.
I will not move!
It did protect the spearmen slightly better, or maybe it is because they are more defensive. Since I don't have exactly same units but with different formation effect, but the damage on these seems so. So probably charge reflect is slightly better, but the difference is small. Third test is a little bit creative. These chariots are charging the unit that is behind, and this red player is having two units behind each other. So maybe if the first one is going to slow down the chariot, the second one should be able to stop it and deal damage to it. We are testing also the mediums and heavies, and we should see whether or not light chariots can go through lights, heavies and mediums with such tactic. So let's watch it. Yeah, they are very nicely able to get through the first unit. So this means that players we should not make very wide lines, because chariot is able to get completely through them. And here light chariot is able to get through two heavy units because they are very wide. It's interesting to see that. To continue, we have made slightly deeper ranks. Instead of 3 lines we have 4 or 5 ranks. So we shall test if this will improve the situation or not. Again, I am charging the unit that is behind. Here I am able to touch that unit. With heavies, it seems that I can steamroll the first heavy unit and touch the second one, and most likely this will happen here as well. So yeah, Chariot is able to YOLO charge into such blob regardless of how heavy is infantry. Fourth test will show whether the hold stance or defense stance is going to help our front line to resist the chariot charge. This is to simulate the front line. Chariot will be charging one unit and touching the other one. So let's see if the stance is making any bonus. Let's check here. Okay. So there is small improvement. The defensive stance is slightly working for the unit. Yeah, there is small improvement, yeah.
Death seems certain.
In this fifth test, we will just charge with everything against chariots. I want to see how the light, medium and heavy units, or if it's worth it to charge with my small blob in order to stop and kill chariot.
Our foe is storming ahead.
So let's watch them. Light chariot able to knock at least half of the units. A lot of models knocked down, yeah. Well, it looks very similar to each other. Maybe heavies have slightly better performance, but otherwise everything seems to be almost same. In this last test, I want to see very strong Mariano chariots going YOLO charge against solid spear wall. We have heavies, mediums and lights. I want to see if their weight category makes any difference. And also if I can get away with such YOLO charges against spear wall. The formations are active. Couple of rows just knocked, otherwise chariots are stopping. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, almost getting through 6 ranks, and here we have so much problem against light spears. What? Here is chariot stopped. Here, obviously. But the light unit was able to Stop the chariot. Okay, and damage done to chariot is also very high.
Death will end your pain.
Yeah, these spears are costing almost same. Each of them did a lot of damage to chariot. They have survived with a lot of HP. And maybe very last YOLO charge to see any difference is when they do not have spear wall formation at all.
Stop the charge.
So we are charging spears. This should be nice to watch. They got to the last rank. Here against heavies, getting whole unit knocked down, mediums as well. Okay, so it means that spear wall formation works well and people can bring light spears, but they have to use the formation, the stance. Otherwise, I am able to melt or trample this unit, spear or not. Okay, so that's it.